कोई भी लक्ष्य मनुष्य के साहस से बड़ा नहीं होता। कोई भी लक्ष्य मनुष्य के साहस से बड़ा नहीं होता। हारा वही जो लड़ा नहीं। हारा वही जो लड़ा नहीं।
सफर का ही था मैं सफर कर रहा।
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज की शिखर का सफर का ये एपिसोड नंबर 2, जो कि ऐसी कुछ पर्सनालिटीज को आप सबके सामने लेके आने का एक प्रयास है जिन्होंने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत चैलेंजेस फेस किए हों और अपनी एक अलग पहचान बनाई है अपने डिटर्मिनेशन, अपने रिजिलियंस और परसिवरेंस के द्वारा। और जैसा कि टाइटल है शिखर का सफर, शिखर का सफर जर्नी इनटू द पीक, जिसमें इंस्पायरिंग, इंफॉर्मेटिव और इस तरीके की ऐसे इम्पैक्टफुल नैरेटिव्स को आपके साथ शेयर करने का मेरा ये प्रयास है। आज हमारे साथ इस एपिसोड नंबर 2 में जुड़ी हैं यूपीएससी 2023 का जो हाल ही में रिजल्ट आया, जो अप्रैल 2024 में यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विसेज का रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर किया गया। उसमें ऑल इंडिया टॉपर विद रैंक एआईआर ऑल इंडिया रैंक 29 मिस सलोनी छाबड़ा। मिस सलोनी छाबड़ा की कहानी जब हम शेयर करेंगे, जब उनकी एक्सपीरियंसेस सुनेंगे, आई एम श्योर यू ऑल विल बी वेरी मच इंस्पायर्ड। सो आई warmly, heartily welcome Miss Saloni Chhabra to the talk show. Saloni, thank you so much for taking out time, and it is indeed my proud privilege and honor as well to be interacting with you. Welcome to Shikhar Ka Safar.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me. It's an honor to interact with you.
Right. So let's start, friends, with a brief profile of Saloni. कहाँ पे उनका जन्म हुआ, कैसे उन्होंने पढ़ाई की, एंड किस तरीके से उन्होंने अपनी यूपीएससी की जर्नी, उसमें जो शिखर उसका प्राप्त किया। ऑफ कोर्स शी विल बी शेयरिंग हर इनसाइट्स विद अस। सो सलोनी छाबड़ा जी की हमारी जो रैंक आई, उनकी रैंक आई ऑल इंडिया रैंक 29 इन द यूपीएससी 2023 एग्जामिनेशन। शी वॉज बॉर्न इन गुरुग्राम इन 1999 एंड बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड फैमिली हैं इनके जो पेरेंट्स हैं, दे आर इनटू बिजनेस और खुद अपना एक एंटरप्राइज वो रन करते हैं। और उनकी एजुकेशन ब्लूबेल्स मॉडल स्कूल इन गुरुग्राम हुई और उसके बाद में उनका कॉलेज, जो कि बहुत ही एक एस्टीम्ड इंस्टीट्यूशन है ऑल ओवर इंडिया ही नहीं, मैं बोलूँगी it is across Asia, across the world, Shri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi University, through which she did her graduation. In fact, it is very heartening to know because I am also an alumni of SRCC. Even though I passed out way back in 2003, it is more than 2 decades. But Saloni also passed out from the same college. And then, of course, her journey into becoming an IAS officer with her family support, with her strong determination to excel, and getting into such top rank like 29 is truly phenomenal. It is not easy, friends. If we see the data, अगर हम statistics की बात करें तो हर साल 10 लाख प्लस एस्पिरेंट्स जो हैं वो प्रीलिम्स का फॉर्म फिल करते हैं। दे इंटेंड टू अपीयर फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन। और जब बात आती है सिलेक्शन की, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द फाइनल लिस्ट जो डिक्लेयर की जाती है यूपीएससी के द्वारा, उसमें जो रिजल्ट आता है दैट इज इन फ्यू हंड्रेड, सो समवेयर अराउंड 1000 का उसमें नंबर रहता है। एंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट सर्विसेज लाइक आईएएस आईपीएस, दैट प्रपोर्शन गोज इवन लेसर। सो सलोनी का उस लिस्ट में भी ऑल इंडिया रैंक 29 आया। She is bound to join the Indian Administrative Service, one of the most esteemed service in the country. Heartiest congratulations to you, Saloni. So now let us start with your insights. We would like to hear from you. So मैंने briefly आपके background के बारे में बताया, from your school days and then your college. So how would you describe maybe yourself or your journey into school and college? And because you have been brought up in Gurugram, so even though Gurugram I feel is not exactly part of Haryana, I mean it does not represent the core of Haryana, because so the city has been has seen the modernization, has seen that culture quite differently growing up than the other parts of the Haryana. But how has been your experience in school and college? What would you like to share?
Ma'am, right. So I agree that Gurgaon is a cosmopolitan city and you tend to interact with all kinds of people. You know about various cultures because people from across the country move in here. So in that sense, it has been interesting growing up in this city. As far as my journey in school and college is concerned, I believe that I've had a very good journey in both school and colleges. The memories makes in school and in college are something that we hold very dearly. So I'm very closely in touch with my friends from school. I was involved in, I was good at academics, but other than that, beyond academics, what you learn in school and colleges is what I carry forward with me. When you engage in other extracurricular activities, when you make social networks that last you a lifetime. So that is what I take away from my journey in school and college.
Okay, I would definitely like to ask you maybe sometime later about your extracurricular interest and all, and how you feel that they would be helping you in your future career perspective. So about your family, so your parents, they have been into business. So how has been their orientation towards education, and how was how crucial was their support? And then once you qualified, of course, they must be very, very happy when you become an IAS officer. How has been the role of your family for your UPSC journey?
Ma'am, while I do come from a business family, but my father always wanted to enter the army. So he was an NCC cadet and he was involved in the Republic Day parade. So he views government service very preferably. So I believe that somewhere as a kid, you internalize their love for government service, their love for national service through, be it through army or be it through civil services. So I think that is one reason where I could have had a slight inclination towards education. They were always very much in favor of studying as much as they were always there as my pillars of strength in my journey and had a lot of support from them.
That is very nice to know, because अगर हम specifically friends, एक चीज मैं शेयर करना चाहूंगी, लाइक मेरी जर्नी में जब मैंने सिविल सर्विसेज के बारे में सोचा था, तो इनिशियली बिकॉज हमारी फैमिली भी हरियाणा बेस्ड रही है, सो माय नेटिव हैज बीन पानीपत डिस्ट्रिक्ट, and my father was the only one in his family to shift from business to academics. So my father has been a chartered accountant, so he also understood the importance of education. But of course, when I discussed this about that I want to be in civil services and I want to prepare, so that was almost in the last year of my graduation, and I was also completing my CS. So that shift was not acceptable per se to the parents, to the family, and there were a lot of apprehensions. So I actually had to struggle a lot. Of course, I'm talking like 20 years back. नाउ हरियाणा में अगर हम बात करते हैं, तो जैसे पहले जो ये था, एक कल्चर था कि लड़कियों को नहीं पढ़ाया जाता है, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, ग्रेजुएशन करके उनकी मैरिजेस करने का एक जो प्रचलन था वो अब बहुत चेंज हो रहा है। तो यहाँ जितने भी व्यूअर्स शो को देख रहे हैं, उनके पेरेंट्स, उनके गार्जियंस, एक बात बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम अपने सभी बच्चे, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ देयर जेंडर, मेल हो फीमेल हो, अगर उनका पढ़ाई में रुझान है, हमें उनको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए, बिकॉज दे ओनली हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी विच इज अवेलेबल टू देम। बाद में क्या होगा, नोबडी नोज, एंड बाद में सिचुएशन कैसी रहेगी, एंड द टाइम विच इज अवेलेबल, लाइक प्री मैरिज स्पेसिफिकली, दिस टाइम विच इज अवेलेबल टू देम टुडे, दे इट विल नॉट बी अवेलेबल टू देम मे बी सम टाइम later on. So it is also very important for the parents, for the family, to support their children, whatever career they want to choose. And it is not only civil services. अभी तो बहुत सारे different careers भी आ रहे हैं, which even at my point of time we had not even thought of. There are so many streams coming. So believe in your children's dream and their aspirations. That is also very, very important. So slowly coming to your college days, because I always feel कि college का बहुत important एक role रहता है, and being from SRCC, I can also relate that it must have had quite an impact on your journey also. So I want to ask two aspects here. So how was your experience in the college? Probably you did economics honors and economic honors. And so how was your experience in the college? And then your idea of coming into civil services, when did it actually occur to you? Was it in school? Was it in, मतलब आपको कब लगा कि आपको सिविल सर्विसेज का एग्जाम देना है? Yes.
So, ma'am, I had thought about this back in 11th grade that this is something that I'm inclined towards. Although in college I was open to exploring other things, but by the end of it, I decided to not sit for placements. And I was like, okay, this is something that I always wanted to do. So I went ahead with it. And so I think college ka role, as far as it is concerned, I believe that we form very strong peer networks in college.
Yes.
So those students, and there are people with all kinds of aspirations. So you get to learn from them. And even the group that we formed, who were all preparing for civil services, we used to interact on a regular basis with each other, give each other feedback on things.
Was there a group in your college like for civil services in the college?
Ma'am, after college, our batchmates who were preparing, there was a society as well that was active, I believe, back then. But we were involved in other things mostly then. When we were in third year, I firmly thought, कि, okay, this is something that I want to do, and started somewhat preparing for it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Because हमारे टाइम में, if I remember my time, तो not many students used to appear for civil services. SRCC से generally it was the CA, CS और the MBA. कैट का एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे होते थे या CA की, CS की उनकी तैयारी चल रही होती थी. तो बहुत कम, like hardly 1 or 2 people per batch used to get selected. Now, of course, this number has risen. I think this year, 5, I think, if I'm not wrong, in this batch, 5 are from SRCC, which is a good number, I must say.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, more. So initially we thought it was 5. Then later
Acha.
we had a group of 2023 people who got in 2023, and
Okay.
people were eventually added to that group as well.
Okay.
So
Okay, it is more.
yeah, it is
Okay.
more than that. I'm not sure of the exact number, but more than 7, 8, in fact.
So
So
get them added into that SRCC civil servants alumni group, civil service.
yes, yes, ma'am. We'll do it.
WhatsApp group, get them added to that also. We'll
Yes.
to know, right? So and then how this idea of being into civil services, that was you told that it was maybe your 11th and 12th and your father wanted to be in government, and then somehow he did not. So maybe that dream he saw in you, and then it was, as you mentioned, during the graduation days that it materialized, and then you started preparing. So if I may ask you, Saloni, so you are the only single child or you have a sibling?
Ma'am, I have a younger brother.
Okay, right now what is he doing?
He's done with his college. So initially he thought he'll go for an MBA. Post my results, he's also slightly getting inclined towards civil services.
Oh,
But as of
definitely.
now, as of now, he's probably going to go for MBA and business.
Okay.
But that's
Okay, okay. No, definitely you getting such high rank, becoming an IAS officer, it would be a दीदी अगर बननी है फैमिली में, तो it will act as a motivation to not only your real brother but to many cousins also, to your friends, to your family. So they all look up to ki if she could do it, so then why can't we try, right? So just to ask you, in addition to your orientation towards civil services, was there any special incident or anything special which actually compelled you or motivated you to be into civil services, something like that?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
I
So
could
for me, it was
understand. It was a gradual, well thought of kind of a decision. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
So now coming to your strategy, Saloni. So maybe we can have this strategy part-wise. So what are the important things which you would like to share with the aspirants as far as the preparation for prelims and mains is concerned? I'll talk about the interview later on. So any tips you would like to share about the prelims and the mains part from your side?
Ma'am, as far as strategy is concerned, I believe that so I learned this from other toppers and I followed it to the core, which is that keep it simple. So there is a variety of resources available on the internet, available in the markets of old Rajendra Nagar. But the idea is not to pick them, not to pick all of them. So it's very simple. Stick to the basic sources. I can share my book list, and in case it's the same as everybody else, so that's there. And other than that, keep it simple. For prelims, it's very important to cultivate that mindset of solving MCQs. So one will not know all questions. So even if one is certain of about 40, 50 questions, in rest of the questions, you have to make certain informed guesses. And I wouldn't say that these are random guesses. I would say that these are informed guesses based on logical reasoning. So when we go back to our PYQs, we realize it's important to not get unsettled by questions that we don't know. So when we look at questions, there are questions which we don't directly know, but which we have an idea about, and logically they point us to an answer. So it's very important to cultivate that mindset. So by referring to PYQs, by giving mocks in a simulated environment, one can cultivate that habit, and then eventually, with the right temperament while appearing for pre, it is important to not get bogged down by the number of questions or by the number of statements in a question. Uh, Take it simple, and I think it is doable. And another thing that I would like to add is, ma'am, CSAT has become very difficult in the recent past. So I would suggest that do not ignore CSAT. In this very attempt where I got selected, I was actually, after I gave my pre, I was actually very unsettled about CSAT. I was like, okay, GS was fine, but CSAT was very, very tricky, and I was relying on comprehensions. So it's very important to practice CSAT as well.
Okay, so friends, Saloni is sharing like you need to have your basic material ready. You have to keep your things simple. It should not be that you are, reading till the last moment. Your revision is also important. And yes, as she mentioned, the solving the previous year questions and MCQs in the mock test in the examination stimulated conditions. And of course, CSAT is very, very important. CSAT was not there when I appeared for this examination. We had one optional in prelims and then two optionals in mains. So we did not had CSAT. And yes, friends, for prelims it is also important to understand कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको सबका आंसर डायरेक्टली आता हो. कुछ आप एलिमिनेशन मेथड से भी आंसर करते हो. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप जब पढ़ोगे आपको लगेगा कि बी और सी तो हो नहीं सकता, ए या डी में से कोई होगा. सो देन यू आंसर दैट बाय योर लॉजिकल रीजनिंग. सो वो प्रैक्टिस डेवलप करने के लिए आपको प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स, मॉक टेस्ट वो अपियर करने हैं. सलोनी, फॉर मेंस, what are the important things which students should take care in mind for the mains, because mains is entirely different, it's a subjective part of the examination.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, mains के लिए it's very important to keep syllabus as your anchor. So syllabus में, although people say UPSC asks anything under the sun, but I feel that lately, and this is also something that I borrowed from the toppers, other toppers, and I'm reiterating that there are key pointers in the syllabus, and UPSC is asking questions around those key pointers. So it is very important to make short notes on each of these key pointers, even if one does not have the time to make their own notes. So many toppers have previously shared their notes. Like I borrowed from them. For example, for GS1, I relied very heavily for mains on Rushikesh Reddy sir's notes, and they were very, very helpful. So what I'm saying is that even if we don't have our own notes ready and somebody has done a better job, so we can borrow that as well. But at least all topics should be covered. Secondly, ma'am, topper copies are very, very helpful. So there are various toppers who've scored exceptionally well in certain subjects. So their mark sheets are, most of them share their mark sheets in the public domain. Most of them, coaching institutes share their copies on the internet. So refer to their copies, because someone who scored exceptionally well in a certain subject has done something that has made them get to the score. So I relied very heavily on learning from topper copies, that how are they answering their questions. So that is one that they can do. And thirdly, writing answers. So attempting answers from PYQs and from mocks, any mock that you can give, and then you can do a peer review as well. So these are the three core areas I believe that can help in mains preparation.
Friends, very important to understand that the dynamics of mains is that you may know a lot about that topic, but for example, if it is asked in 10 marks or if it is asked in 20 marks, आपके पास में वो पॉइंटर्स होने चाहिए, और जो पॉइंटर्स जो उसका मेन क्रक्स है उस टॉपिक का. सो एज सलोनी मेंशन कि आपका जो मटेरियल है जो आप पढ़ रहे हो वो इस तरीके से होना चाहिए कि वो आपको उसके मेन पॉइंट्स आपके पास में अवेलेबल कराए. And then towards the end, you should have sufficient time for repeated revision. And for mains, very important aspect is your answer writing practice. Repeated revisions and answer writing practice, because only once you start writing, you will understand कि आपके points cover आप कर पा रहे हो नहीं कर पा रहे हो. What are the things which should have been covered and which you have missed out. And as Saloni mentioned कि वो पेयर लर्निंग से भी आप कर सकते हो, या आप सेल्फ इवेल्युएशन भी कर सकते हो, या आप कोचिंग की भी गाइडेंस ले सकते हो, बिकॉज नॉट एवरीबडी कैन अप्रोच अ कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट बिकॉज हर शहर में अच्छी कोचिंग भी नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप कोचिंग में जा रहे हो एंड यू एंड अप वेस्टिंग योर टाइम एंड मनी. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन थिंग दैट आप जो भी मटेरियल पढ़ रहे हो, जहाँ से भी गाइडेंस ले रहे हो, it should be as per the UPSC syllabus and it should be as per the pattern which is being followed. So previous year question papers are very, very important. At least last 5 years question paper, if not 10 or 15, at least last 5 years question papers we should be seeing at. Saloni, just to ask you, so your selection was in which attempt? Just to.
Ma'am, third.
Okay, this was in third attempt. And what happened in the like first and second? So
So
it
I went through the
uh,
yeah, so I reached the interview in my first attempt that year.
okay.
My
Okay,
optional
nice.
was economics.
Yeah.
So I scored well in GS and essay, but my eco score was very poor.
Okay.
So I would say that it was my own shortcoming in some sense. I don't wish to say that eco is not a scoring optional. People have done well. But in terms of how I perceived eco during college times, it was very different how we studied for college, and how we have to do it for UPSC is very different. You have to learn everything, you have to present graphs, assumptions, and you have to prepare answers. So I couldn't do it that way probably. So for that reason, my score in optional was 227 that year, very, very poor. And then I missed the final list by about 7 marks. So
Oh,
that was 2021. In 2022, so 21, when the result came, pre was 5 days away.
yeah.
So so Monday the result came, Sunday we had pre. So that pre I flunked, and then I
Okay.
had a whole year to myself. I thought of switching optional, and then I switched my optional to socio. And 2023 I finally got through.
Okay. Interesting to know because economics you scored not good marks, and then of course I can understand like after you appear for interview you kind of have that feeling कि selection शायद हो जाएगा, at least list में नाम आ जाएगा, and then you not getting out there and then appearing for prelims which is hardly a week, 5 days away. It is extremely difficult, and then you bounce back and bouncing back and then changing the optional. So reading a subject altogether new is also not easy, I must say, because मेरे जो subjects थे मेरा, so we had two optionals. So one of my subject was commerce and the other subject was public administration. Commerce, of course, I took because I did graduation in that and I was quite comfortable. And public administration I took because I thought that it would supplement my other syllabus and it will also give me an orientation of how the administration works per se once I enter the service. So that is very inspiring. Friends, you just see कि 3 अटेम्प्ट में उनका क्लियर हुआ, बट ट्रांजिशन कैसे कैसे किया है कि फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में उनका इंटरव्यू तक उन्होंने अपियर किया और इंटरव्यू में फिर उनका 7 मार्क्स से उनका फाइनल लिस्ट में नाम नहीं आ पाया. Then she is not able to clear the prelims because of course, the lack of study time. There was no time for her to shift to prelims immediately. And then she had 1 year with her. And in 2023, when she appeared, she changed the optional. She had the right strategy and she used her experience. Basically, this is very important. Ki you learn from your mistakes. Friends, this is very, very important that for achieving success, you learn from your failures, you learn from your shortcomings, and you try to overcome. Coming to optional, Saloni, so your change from economics to sociology, right? So how were the challenges? I'm sure because reading a subject altogether new, because economics you must have studied all throughout your graduation time, so 3 years into that, and SRCC may you have the best faculty, both for commerce and economics. So that shift, how was that shift, and how did you cope up with that? Because there are many aspirants who do that, who are from science background, they also shift their optional, commerce also they shift. So how was your experience? Mhm.
Ma'am, it was not a very difficult shift for me because I was always interested in society, how the dynamics of society work, and all of that. So I believe that this is why I always say that aptitude and interest are primary when you have to choose an optional. Because when I picked socio, interestingly, I could study socio for howsoever long. I could delve into the details of the subject. For example, I could scout for resources on the internet, get some information on something. So Interestingly, social was easier for me than economics, despite me having a background in economics. So luckily, it worked out for me. Although I must say that in the middle of it, when you're done with half of the optional, you feel कि अभी तक तो बस इतना ही हुआ है, वो तो मेरा पूरा complete था. So then I was a little skeptical कि अच्छा फॉर्म भरना है तो इको से ही भर दूं क्या वापस, which was I was like थोड़ा बहुत होता है कि now because you realize that it's not just about having interest in the subject,
Yeah.
completing it to the core, making notes out of it,
Notes and getting marks. That is most
getting
important.
marks. I was like, what if I score again? I score around 250, 240, then what's the point? उतने तो eco में भी आ जाते. So all of those thoughts occur to you, but eventually I stuck by and I sailed through with socio as optional.
नाइस. तो फ्रेंड्स, इंटरेस्ट एंड एप्टीट्यूड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कि आप कोई भी सब्जेक्ट ले रहे हो तो उसमें आपका इंटरेस्ट सस्टेन होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. एंड यू शुड enjoy learning that subject, enjoy reading that subject, because if you don't enjoy, then it will become a burden to you, and if it becomes a burden, then you will not be able to memorize it that properly. So फ्रेंड्स, जब हम भी ऑप्शनल की बात करते हैं, अगर ग्रेजुएशन वाला सब्जेक्ट है, then things are definitely, I feel it must be easier. Changing an optional is not easy, but even if you are changing an optional for different reasons, so your interest, your aptitude, and your willingness to learn new things. Because इतना pressure होता है तो कई बार it may happen कि you may feel jittery कि अरे नया पढ़ना पड़ेगा, नया पढ़ के बीच में, जैसे सलोनी ने भी शेयर किया कि at some point of time this feeling came in कि should I fill my economics only because half of the syllabus is left out. So what is required is that if you have taken a decision, you need to stick on to that. Because if you try giving up, then there is no dearth of more and more confusions coming up. And this examination is entirely about your balancing various things, balancing your GS, balancing your subjects, your essay, your current affairs, everything. So that plan has to be very, very, meticulously done. So Saloni, coming to you have mentioned about prelims, you mentioned about your mains. Coming to your interview. So in your first attempt, you appeared for interview. How was that? And then in your attempt in which you got selected, the third attempt, how was that interview? You appeared in two interviews. And in
Yes.
one interview also, I'm sure you must have scored good marks because you were just close to selection. And in the next interview which you appear, you get All India 29. So how did you prepare for interview? What has been your experience? Please do share with us.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my interview experience both the times was very pleasant. So I found the board to be very, very cordial both the times. And as far as my preparation for the interview was concerned, I believe I learned it that preparation for the interview has to be general. You have to have an opinion on things. You have to be avid readers of the paper. You have to know what's going around you, and you have to frame opinion on that. You have to reflect yourself. At the end of the day, UPSC calls interview a personality test. So they're not testing your knowledge. It happened at quite a few places where I was asked questions this time as well on geography, which I have never studied formally. My background was eco. My optional was socio. So very specific questions in terms of what is the largest tectonic plate. So that is something you might remember when you're appearing for pre, but at the time of PT, you don't revise such things. So, ma'am, I think it is okay to not know answers to such questions. You should reflect your personality, your approach in life, and that is what will matter eventually. That is my biggest takeaway from the interview.
So how was your, like, any specific instance you remember from your interview? Like, you mentioned that yes, there were some few factual questions from geography which were totally kind of unrelated to your DAF also. So anything special, anything specific you would like to mention here for interview?
Ma'am, my interview was either very conversational or very technical. So there were no tricky questions per se. So yes, ma'am. So it started on a very conversational tone. Sir asked me, "How are you feeling? What gives you joy in life?" And thereon it picked from there. So nothing very tricky that happened in the interview.
Okay. For students, for aspirants, one thing is very important to understand that you may not know questions to many of You may not know answers to many of the questions. And interview is a personality test. It is not a test of your knowledge. Your knowledge is already tested in prelims and mains. And आपने prelims and mains clear किया है, and you have crossed two very big hurdles, and then you have reached up to the last stage. So have that confidence. If you do not know any answer, then do not bluff. It is important to stay confident, but very humbly submit that, sir or ma'am, I am not able to recall it. So I am not aware of this answer right now, but I will update myself as soon as I get out of the interview room. So friends, this is very important, that be polite, be humble, but be confident. Do not bluff, do not, look shaky or jittery, and do not unnecessarily enter into any argument, because they are very experienced people. एंड देयर मे बी अ रेंज ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, लगातार ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा जो इंटरव्यू हुआ था, दैट वाज, आई वुड से एंटायरली ऑपोजिट टू सलोनीज, एंड इट वाज लाइक दैट कि एज इफ आई एम अपेयरिंग इन अ कोर्ट रूम. इट वाज इन अ वेरी स्ट्रिंजेंट एटमॉस्फेयर, एंड एक के बाद एक क्वेश्चंस बम्बार्डिंग, जिसमें मुझे कुछ के आंसर्स नहीं आते थे, कुछ के आते थे, तो आई आंसर्ड, एंड देन सो इट वाज, व्हेन आई केम आउट, आई डिड नॉट हैव अ वेरी काइंड ऑफ अ हैप्पी फीलिंग. So it may go in either way, but what is important is that you have to maintain your confidence, and that is what is most important, that your performance under pressure, because civil servants को हर मौके पे अपना daily life में, when they get posted in their daily routines also, there are a lot of pressures which they have to handle. So the interview board is willing to ask you, willing to judge that if you are posted and there are difficult critical situations, whether you will be able to handle them with your poise, with your confidence, with your leadership qualities or not. Moving forward, Saloni, so you already mentioned that first time almost near to selection, then flunking in the prelims, and then coming back again and getting selected with the IAS in the service. So what do you feel have been your biggest, challenges? Because students सबके लाइफ में जनरली जब भी प्रिपरेशन फेज में होता है, कोई ना कोई लो फेजेस ऑफ मोटिवेशन आते हैं, और दे फील डिजेक्टेड, डाउट, सेल्फ डाउट्स, एप्रीहेंशंस, दे कम. सो हाउ हैव बीन योर जर्नी, एंड व्हाट वर योर low points of motivation or your challenges, and how you overcame?
Ma'am, low points आते हैं, and mostly for me, low points were those of emotional vulnerability, where you feel that, okay, I've lost touch with a lot of people during this preparation journey, or okay, my friends are doing so well.
The term, sorry to interrupt, the term which we heard in COVID-19 pandemic, quarantine, and
Quarantine.
it comes into a self-quarantine life, right? And you
Yes,
see
ma'am.
your friends are enjoying, they are moving out, they're earning. This is also very important कि they start their
Yes,
professional
ma'am.
careers, and SRCC से तो third year से placement हो जाती है. Even I had got placement, आपका भी हो जाता है if you had decided. So this is a very important thing which keeps bothering you. Yes, continue, please.
Yes, ma'am. So you're in a state of quarantine. So I think, and for an extended period of time, I believe. So there are emotional vulnerabilities during that phase. But eventually, I learned to balance it. For example, so the first year was tough. Eventually, I thought, okay, I need to balance things. I also need to meet my friends. I don't have to distance myself to an extent where I don't have anybody around me. So I started seeing them at regular intervals, but in a disciplined fashion, and not like I'm going out every day, but in a disciplined fashion. I started meeting friends. I started going to the gym. So that helped me because I was going every day, and I was seeing people around. I was doing something for physical fitness, which I believe is very intricately linked to mental wellness as well. So all of that is how I dealt with such vulnerabilities during the phase. But yes, ma'am.
फ्रेंड्स, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एज सलोनी मेंशन, कि ये जो लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ क्वारंटीन्स होते हैं, जो लॉन्गर पीरियड्स ऑफ सेल्फ इम्पोज रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होती हैं, उसमें वी हैव टू मेंटेन आवर मेंटल वेलनेस आल्सो. सो फॉर मेंटल वेलनेस, एज सलोनी मेंशन, कि योर हॉबीज, your interest, your meeting your close friends, because you will not feel comfortable in meeting everybody. So like Saloni started going to the gym, wherein one would relax, so it gives a physical as well as a mental relaxation, some time with your own self. So ये जो दिन के 24 घंटे हैं हमारे पास, इन दिन के 24 घंटे में अगर हमें ऐसा लगता है कि कहीं पे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही है और ये कॉन्टिन्यूअसली कुछ दिनों के लिए अगर कंटिन्यू कर रही है, then definitely there is a need to change the strategy because you cannot sustain that much pressure. अगर आप sustain ही करते रहने की फाइट रखे रहोगे, you will definitely burn out. You won't be able to achieve what you want to do. So friends, very important as Saloni mentioned कि you're maintaining your other aspects of life, your health, your mental wellness, to an extent your social life, which you choose very carefully. We should not, act as a distraction for you. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप उनसे मिल के फिर आप आके ओवर थिंकिंग कर रहे हो कि अरे वो तो ये कर रहे हैं लाइफ में, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं क्या कर रही हूँ. इट शुड नॉट लीड टू योर ना इंक्रीजिंग योर लेवल्स ऑफ एंजाइटी एंड self doubts. People whom you trust, people who are your support system, the closed group, उनके साथ में जरूर we should try and be there, discuss with them if there is any problem, because we are all human beings and we all need that ecosystem to interact. Saloni, coming to your journey has been very inspiring, and especially I'm amazed to see your third attempt and all India rank 29, and then how your parents have supported and given this rank. आपकी जो IAS में अभी cadres and all तो you'll get to know once you join your service, but I'm sure wherever you are posted, you will do excellent, you will excel in public life, and you will do whatever best you can do for the service. So I just want to know from you, are there any key areas as an officer, as an IAS officer, which you have felt that yes, there should be a change and आप उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहोगे? व्हाट वुड बी योर काइंड ऑफ प्रायोरिटी एरियाज once you formally now enter the service?
Ma'am, so as far as priority areas are concerned, I believe that in my head, I just think I want to start small. For example, I think that there are very simple things that can be done. For example, why are we not able to nudge people towards waste segregation, let's say? That is one of the simplest things to do. It's a behavioral change that we can bring about in the society. Or agricultural diversification, or addressing the issue of stubble burning, particularly if I am in areas like Haryana, Punjab, or Western UP. So all of these areas through local level interventions is something that I think I wish to address. But again, wherever you get posted, I will try to justify the position of responsibility that I have to its fullest extent.
I'm sure you would be not only justifying, you will be outshining. And yes, whether it is stubble burning or it is its waste segregation or it is initiatives in the agriculture sector, there is, every field in our country, they need some innovation, they need some improvisation. A lot has been already done, no doubt about that. A lot has already been done, but still a lot more needs to be done. And like in my postings in Tripura, almost 8 years initially I stayed, and then I came to Haryana on inter-cadre deputation. I worked in Gurugram also for a brief time. It was 8-9 months, and it was during the COVID first wave. So even in Gurugram, people must be feeling that it's a cosmopolitan. No, there are no problems. But even in Gurugram city per se, there are a lot of issues still, in which officers definitely have a very important role to play. So yes, I'm sure you'll be excelling in whatever profiles and whatever positions you are posted. Saloni, as a woman, as a woman IAS officer, so I can share that yes, still the society is not equal, and I have been into service close to now 16 years. So there the system is still not equal. Okay, so maybe you will not understand it now, but not to discourage you, but if we talk about the perspective for women welfare in totality, in a holistic picture, so as a women officer, would you like to do something specially for improvising the women welfare in the area where you are posted, or improvising the gender parity, फीमेल्स के अगेंस्ट जो इतनी सारी जो इश्यूज हैं सोसाइटी में? हरियाणा में तो आपने देखा ही है कि पेट्रियार्की काफी डीप रूटेड रही है, और आज भी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, बट अभी स्टिल देयर इज नो इक्वालिटी, इज नॉट देयर इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन, in terms of resources, in terms of rights, in terms of ownerships. So what have you thought about something that you would like to do for the women counterpart?
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely. In fact, I think that women must become equal partners in our developmental journey towards Viksit Bharat. So I think that micro interventions are very crucial in this regard. Local level interventions. Officials must be accessible, but there are also systemic changes that need to be brought about. For example, Anganwadi workers need to be sensitized. Women's nutrition has to be taken care of. Women's violence against women has to be taken care of. So I think in all of these areas, I will strive to work towards welfare and empowerment of women. So that will most definitely be a priority area.
Right, very right. That systemic changes are required. And just to add on, Saloni, which you mentioned, one very important aspect for the present, condition of women in the society is the outlook or the behavior, or I would say the mindset of the people. It is basically the mindset, सोच जो कि सब चीजें डिसाइड करती है. सो ये सोच ही है जो कि हमें मजबूर करती है कि हम लड़की के जन्म को सेलिब्रेट ना करें. दैट वी प्रेफर अ मेल चाइल्ड ओवर अ गर्ल चाइल्ड. एंड ये सोच ही है, ये हमारी मानसिकता ही है जो हमारे को विच इज होल्डिंग द सोसाइटी बैक. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो समथिंग वेन एवर यू विल गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, आई एम श्योर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो माइंडसेट है, जो बिहेवियर है, this is one of a very important reason. And whatever systemic changes we want to bring, it is actually connected through this, right? So we as a society, ये viewers के लिए भी एक मेरी तरफ से, सलोनी की तरफ से ये अपील है कि सिर्फ जरूरी ही नहीं कि हम सरकार में रहते हुए ही महिलाओं के प्रति काम कर सकते हैं. ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो अपने लेवल पे आप डेली बेसिस पे कर सकते हैं. अपने घर में जो महिलाएं हैं उनके लिए आप कर सकते हैं. क्या वो इक्वल हैं? क्या आपके घर में जो बच्चियां हैं उनको समान अधिकार दिए जा रहे हैं? अगर नहीं दिए जा रहे हैं तो उसके लिए आप क्या करें, ये जरूर सोचिए और उस पर फिर एक्शन लेना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. So, Saloni, coming now towards the kind of end of this session, are there any special tips which you would like to give to the aspirants? Any special message or advice to the aspirants, not only for the civil services, but yes, जो भी कोई भी competitive examination दे रहे हैं, or who aspire high in their life? What is your advice message for them?
Ma'am, I would just say keep it very simple. Get to the core of things in no matter what you're doing, and have a positive outlook. Have a positive temperament. At the end of the day, any exam, and particularly UPSC, more than knowledge, they're testing your temperament. They try to put you in a situation where you make the wrong choices by giving you difficult questions at first, or by giving you questions you've never heard of. But when you read them very carefully, they're simpler. So things are simpler than they seem to be. So having the right temperament, you'll be able to do whatever you've set out to do. This is my biggest takeaway from this journey. So I think that it can help.
So friends, your temperament, your take on things, keeping things simple, that is most and very, very important. So right, thank you so much. There was quite an interactive and an insightful journey, Saloni, I must say, very inspiring. And this is, in fact, I would say a beginning to a new chapter in your life. And
Yes.
you will remember these moments all throughout. अभी आपका सिलेक्शन होने तक भी जितना भी आप लोगों से मिलोगे, so you feel that yes, कुछ अच्छा, कुछ बड़ा किया है. Then you join your Lavasana for training, and then you meet your batchmates across different services in FC, and then after FC you have your phase 1 training, phase 2 training. So it is a bit rigorous as compared to the FC. FC is a most enjoyable time, I always feel, as far as the training is concerned. And I'm sure, Saloni, wherever you are posted, you will do excellent work. And so viewers के लिए, before we formally conclude, Saloni Chhabra AIR rank 29 बहुत ही सरल तरीके से और बहुत ही confidently with a beautiful smile on her face, she has been sharing her journey into UPSC, how she overcame, her failure, and it was her determination, her perseverance, her resilience that made her shine, that made her achieve such a high rank, and we are all proud of her. Thank you so much, Saloni, for joining us at शिखर का सफर. And friends, just to conclude, कुछ हिंदी की पंक्तियां आप सबके लिए डेडिकेट करना चाहूंगी. जब आप हताश हो और रास्ता मुश्किल लगे, जब आप हताश हो और रास्ता मुश्किल लगे, तो उन लोगों को जरूर याद करना, उन लोगों को जरूर याद कर लेना जिन्होंने कभी आपसे ये कहा था कि ये तुमसे नहीं होगा, जिन्होंने आपसे कभी ये कहा था कि ये तुमसे नहीं होगा। ये मैंने लाइंस इसलिए मैंने सोचा मैं यहाँ पे आपके लिए रिपीट करूंगी, क्योंकि प्रिपरेशन टाइम में ऐसे बहुत सारे इंस्टेंसेस आते हैं। पीपल टेंड टू क्रिएट डाउट्स ऑन यू, डाउट्स ऑन योर कैपेबिलिटी। सो this success, this achievement is a reiteration of the fact that yes, it is our own credibility, it is our own hard work, it is our own passion, zeal and determination to excel which makes us to achieve this position in life. And yes, this is just a beginning. A lot more we will see Saloni doing lot of good work when she gets posted in field. My gratitude and thanks to you, Saloni, for being part of this talk show. So thank you again, Saloni, for joining us, and my best wishes to you for a very successful and accomplished career in the civil services as an IS officer in service to the nation. May God bless you with all the success, with good health and happiness always. थैंक यू सो मच। और सभी दर्शकों को भी मेरा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप ये एपिसोड देख रहे हैं, और आई एम श्योर कि आपको सलोनी की जर्नी से बहुत इंस्पिरेशन, मोटिवेशन मिलेगी। थैंक यू सो मच। आप सब लोग खुश रहें, स्वस्थ रहें, और हम सब लोग अपने देश के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हाउ कैन वी अलाइन आवर पर्सनल गोल्स विद द एम्स एंड रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ द सोसाइटी, ये बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। उसको सोचें और उसके अंदर हम अपना काम करें। सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच। जय हिंद, जय भारत।